Yeah. Third row from the back, second seat. Yeah.
That's if you put it on there inside out or right side out.
I put it on there. Yeah. Why not?
The Lord be with you. Let us pray. Dear God, thank you for bringing us to this day. Thank you for the gift of this school and all the students, faculty, families, and alumni here today. Bless us as we celebrate our seniors and rejoice in their accomplishments. Grant us joy and peace as we honor our graduates and thank our faculty and families. Draw us closer together and always closer to you. Amen.
Amen.
Good morning, and welcome to the 105th commencement of Christchurch School. You may be seated. To be clear about this morning, we obviously had a call to make. Are we going to be inside or outside? And this day is about our seniors, about our graduates. And we polled the seniors. I don't know if they still agree with their decision, but we said, do you want to be outside? And the answer was outside. So here we are for these guys. So soon, maybe sooner than we thought before, but we're going to do this quickly. Soon we will be hearing the ringing of that bell. But first, some quick introductions of those that are on the porch. Our chaplains, Reverend Kristen Farrington and Reverend Jen Kimball. Our Director of Community Life, Mr. Pete Goodrich. Senior Director of Curriculum and Program, Mr. Donnie Piles. Our Chair, our Board of Governors of Christchurch School, Class of 1993, Sean Hanley. And the President of Episcopal Church Schools in the Diocese of Virginia, Mr. Henry Broadus. Class of 2026, congratulations to you, your families, and your friends here in attendance, and those watching via the internet. Here's what I wrote. It is a beautiful day here on the river. We once again dodged the rain. A picture-perfect day for celebrating your impressive achievements. But before we turn to the celebrations over to the graduating class, traditionally we have acknowledged our faculty and staff. Our Christchurch School faculty and staff are dedicated and have worked tirelessly for our students, your children. Working at a boarding school comes with much sacrifice, but with that sacrifice comes the greatest rewards imaginable. Incredible connections and relationships throughout our entire community. This year, like no other before, the greatest enrollment in the school's history, I am in awe of all that we have accomplished. Our faculty and staff are the greatest professionals you will find and truly have come together as a family where our connections truly have meaning, all united to form this beautiful community. The back of your program lists all those wonderful employees and their years of service, including those from SAGE. SAGE keeps us fed throughout the year, and they truly are part of our Christchurch family. You can read all those names and their years of service to our school, but with a special acknowledgement, I'd like to call out those with some incredible years of service to our school. Well passing the half-century mark with 28 years of service to our school, Donnie Piles and Orlita Taylor. With 33 years of experience, Jennifer Homer. And joining her, her husband with 34 years of service, our Hall of Famer, Coach Ed Homer. From our operations staff, Emma Payne with 35 years of service. And returning these last 2 years, the founder of our LSP program, Grace Jean Henniger, now with 36 years of service. Also from our operations staff, Jimmy Bristow with 38 years of service. And standing alone, opening today's ceremony by ringing the bell, our longest tenured employee with an incredible 41 years of service, 4 decades of service to Christchurch School, Mr. Huntley Gallier. And one special acknowledgement, you'll see Marshall Lloyd listed back there with 1 year of service, but he has served 43 years at St. Margaret's School, making 44 years to church schools in the Diocese of Virginia. As you read the names of all our employees, you'll notice an asterisk by some of those names and indicating those that are either retiring or moving on to new adventures this year. Some very special names that we will miss next year, but 2 that I want to recognize here. Donnie Piles, serving his 28th year at Christchurch School. Donnie has led our program and has brought a vision to our educational philosophy, ensuring that Christchurch will always be student-centered and mission-driven, believing that education helps students move beyond what they were before to become larger people ready to enter the world. A transformational educational philosophy built around relationships, engagement, and agency. Believing that education understood in this sense does not just happen in the classroom, but rather this belief directs all aspects of our community and curriculum of all our programs in academics, community life, our culture, and in co-curriculars. Donnie's passion is infectious, and that passion will remain embedded in our school for decades to come. Thank you, Mr. Piles, for nearly 3 decades of service to Christchurch School. We will miss you. The Vail Mountain School in Colorado is gaining a true visionary leader. Thank you, Donnie. And if nearly 3 decades weren't enough, our longest standing employee, Mr. Huntley Gallier, is retiring from Christchurch School after an incredible 41 years of service. Serving as a teacher, a coach, a hall parent, operations manager, alumni and development, and many, many other stops in between. It's hard to find the perfect way to honor someone for 41 years of dedicated service, but we've tried with 2 distinct honors. First, as Coach Homer led the yearbook staff this year, it was clear that this year's yearbook would be dedicated in honor of Huntley Gallier. Congratulations, Huntley. Come get your yearbook. And then the yearbook dedication is a great honor in itself, but we also wanted to add a lasting honor for Mr. Gallier. Many of you know of his tireless efforts in promoting our annual golf classic. Well, from this point forward, we are rebranding and dedicating our annual golf classic to be the Christchurch School M. Huntley Gallier Golf Classic. Bring this to Huntley. Show everyone if we can. Come on up front here. Great. All right. Yes. Thank you, Huntley. Unimaginable what it will be without you, but we know we'll keep you close by. Thank you for all your service. And for those others that are leaving the river this year, we thank you, not just for your service to our school, but to the Christchurch students and their families. We know the memories of being on the river will live with you forever. And to all our dedicated employees, thank you for your faithful service and unwavering commitment to our students and their families. You truly are the heart and soul of our school. A huge thank you to Glenn Harper and his operations crew for getting everything set today in 2 different places for today's event. And thank you to Miss Ashley Myers, Miss Amanda Gravitt, Miss Donnie Piles, Miss Jennifer Homer for pulling together all the details that go into our commencement and graduation weekend. We couldn't be here without you. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. And now Mr. Piles will lead the presentation of awards.
Good morning, everybody. Paper sticks together when it gets wet. Now we get to turn to the presentations of the school's 3 highest awards for the class of 2026. Please join me in welcoming faculty advisors, Mrs. Reagan Sprinkle and Mr. Rob Dean to present the Progress Award.
The Reverend Robert S. Phipps served Christchurch School from 1984 to 1994. During his tenure as head of school, Mr. Phipps honored Christchurch School students, graduates, faculty, and family members, fostering and celebrating good character and recognizing the innate value of students who came to Christchurch not fully understanding their own talents and strengths. He worked with and for the faculty in order to nurture these students to progress toward their potential. The Progress Award in honor of Robert S. Phipps is presented by the faculty to that senior who best represents the spirit, dedication, and successful progress valued by our esteemed former head in all areas of school life. At Christchurch School, we uphold 3 core values: character, you guys know it, what is it? Character, curiosity, and community. To speak to this year's recipient's character, I'll start with a quote he made just last week. "I was such an idiot my first year here, Miss Sprinkle." According to legend, his first year was indeed full of some very hefty challenges, mistakes, and many visits to community life. He seemed to have been lost on a windy downhill road, not yet finding his path or discovering who he was. The following year, as his advisor and not fully knowing his struggles from the past, I met a kid who was reserved, who mostly kept to himself, and who was not inspired by much of anything at all. Except there was a little spark of curiosity around music. He would learn guitar and sing quietly off where no one could hear him, and he was too nervous to perform in music class, let alone a stage. Little by little, he would come and ask about music after school and during the skills period, and became more and more comfortable with sharing his developing talent. Until the armor was finally cracked and the wonderful musician and person we know today started to emerge. His grades improved, his mood improved, his talents improved, and he began to understand what his gift was: to bring people together through music and positivity. And boy, does he work hard. His drive and passion for learning music is incredible, and if you ever are looking for him, you're sure to find him where? The music room. Yeah, I think we know, right? His curiosity continued to be piqued in other areas as his dark cloud started to lift. He played football, learned to sail, participated in river outdoors activities, acted, sang, and was a musician in 3 winter productions. This year, he was our student band leader, teaching students to play instruments, organizing rehearsals, and most importantly, inspiring younger musicians to want to continue on their musical journey. He's everyone's biggest supporter. He does not judge and accepts all kinds, recognizing that having faults is part of the journey, one that he has been on himself. Perhaps we should actually call this award the Transformation Award this year. If I had to add some extra core values, C words, I'd say caring for all, courageous each time he steps on the stage, committed to learning and sharing music, improving himself and lifting those around him, and Kwong, his roommate, who he adores, and they are forever inspiring each other artistically. So what about our last core value of community in our recipient? I'm going to ask you to all participate. I know it's hard with your umbrellas because I wrote this before rain, Raise your hand high if you have ever sung along with Davis, either in the music room or the Marston stage, in chapel, at the waterfront, on dorm, in a van ride, on a patio, around a campfire, or even on the streets of DC in front of the Lincoln and Washington memorials. Keep them raised. Raise your hand if you have ever played an instrument with Davis, or he's taught you, just keep them raised, keep them raised. If you ever inspired you to try something, keep them raising. Raise your hand if he's ever inspired you with his positive spirit or philosophical conversations. Raise your hand. I know it's hard. Please raise them high so that everyone can recognize the impact one person can make with kindness and positivity. Raise them high so his family can feel proud of what an amazing human they've created. And raise them super high so the humble dude himself can see all of the people he has brought together in our community with the power of music and kindness. Yes, Christchurch has had many hands help raising you, Davis, but in turn, you have raised all of us tenfold. Congratulations to Davis Miller.
There he is.
Thank you, Ms. Sprinko and Mr. Dean. I would now like to ask the Reverend Kristen Farrington to come forward to present the Chaplain's Award.
Christchurch School is a learning environment that welcomes students of all spiritual communities and fosters a life of selflessness and service. As a church school in the Episcopal Diocese of Virginia, Christchurch School honors those students who embrace a life of fellowship and support all members of our community. By recognition of the chaplain and vote of the faculty, the Chaplain's Award honors the senior who has most generously demonstrated selfless concern for others. The recipient has shown an appreciation for the dignity of all human beings and exemplifies these beliefs in word and deed. The recipient of this award is an extraordinary human being. She has a quiet strength that could move mountains. She's a good listener, wise beyond her years, and a model of love and compassion to all who know her. Her deep faith inspires her to show up in people's lives with kindness and compassion. Her generous spirit, sense of humor, and gentle soul brings out the best in everyone. When I asked her whether she thought we would be successful in reestablishing the student vestry, she didn't hesitate in saying yes. And she didn't stand by the sidelines, but immediately took on a leadership role, helping to envision what it could be, encouraging other students to participate, and mentoring the leaders for next year. She has supported the chapel program in so many ways, reading scripture and leading prayers, playing a vital role in Stations of the Cross, helping to lead Friday morning prayer services in the chapel and down by the river. She is truly a servant leader who sees the work of God's hand all around her and knows that through all the challenges and joys of life, God is by her side. The extraordinary gifts she shares with this community are never about herself. They are always about supporting someone else along their journey. She has blessed Christchurch School in countless ways, and for that we give thanks to God. I'm honored to give the Chaplain's Award to Leanne Matthews.
Thank you and congratulations. Last, we present the Bishop's Award, the school's highest award. Mr. Billy Coyle will recognize this year's recipient.
The Bishop's Award. Christchurch School's highest award presented to that senior who, in the opinion of the faculty, has best exemplified the Christchurch motto, Virtu Veritas Fortitudo, goodness, honesty, and strength of conviction. This award is presented on the basis of overall citizenship, personal example, and high standards of trustworthiness, scholastic effort, and responsibility. The recipient has earned both the respect the respect of both faculty and students, and stands within this class as both a peer and role model. Moreover, the recipient of this award is a student in whom we recognize the potential for high achievement and leadership, and the capacity to make a positive and lasting impact in the community and in the world. I'm truly honored to present the Bishop's Award this year. I'll do my best to keep this brief, but that will be difficult given the profound impact this student has had on our community. The recipient of the 2026 Bishop's Award has distinguished himself as a true community leader. We arrived together 4 years ago. He has been on the headmaster's list all 4 years, a member of the National Honor Society. In 10th grade, he received our Outstanding Student Award. He has been a prefect for 2 years, a navigator for 3 years. While I could go on and on about the accomplishments, I think our former faculty member and mentor, Mr. Jim Robb, has summed it up beautifully. When this young man arrived at Christchurch, he was very quiet, but within a week or two, he had purchased 2 car horns that played La Cucaracha and mounted them on a bike frame, and suddenly everyone knew of Christopher Rhodes, the kid in the cowboy hat. Where Christopher shined was in taking the time to speak with and listen to anyone and everyone. He was particularly fond of the campus children, and he could be seen on the weekends engaging with Wade and all the other faculty children around topics about vehicles and hobbies. With his fellow students, Christopher was a person of integrity. He loved to shriek and play around the campus and the dorms like the best of them, but he held the line when it came to knowing when to stop and to do the right thing. The LSP program was key in helping Christopher gain the study skills that helped him double down on his studies. He took his academics seriously and applied himself with the same driven force he uses in all his endeavors. With admirable force, Christopher dove into his academics above all others and pushed himself to excel through the distractions of high school student faces. That same determination and focus is a hallmark of Christopher's character, either by lifting the spirits of those around him or relentlessly pulling on a chainsaw-powered mini bike starter cord just to ride around the campus one more time before he had to go on home. He always had time to stop and listen and engage with anyone he encountered. He did so with grace, poise, and consideration far beyond his years. Christopher is an unstoppable optimist with love of people, place, and purpose, and Christchurch School has contributed to and benefited from his boundless personality. He is the one of the first to volunteer, lend a hand, recognize a need, offer a solution. His work as a navigator and prefect reflects his commitment to lifting up our community and higher standards. Christopher was one student who, when given a task, would find a way to accomplish it, maybe not the fastest way or with the fewest mistakes, but with grit, determination, joy, and laughter, making any task into a grand adventure. When given the job of creating and installing 3 illuminated clouds for the winter production scenery last year, he applied his usual charm and soon had the team of people assisting the process. When it came to hang the clouds from the rafter of the theater, he rode up and down, connecting the wires, reconnecting the wires, troubleshooting what he had done, and doing it over and over again until he pulled it off, and with a sense of grand adventure. Christopher is the finest example of a gentleman, kind soul, and dedicated worker that anyone will meet, and I am vastly improved for having spent time with him. If you are a parent or a visitor today and you meet Christopher for the first time, I promise you, he will greet you with a firm handshake and a smile and a sincere welcome to our community. He is Christchurch. There is no finer example of our core values, character, curiosity, and community than Christopher Rhodes. Christopher is not only a legacy student, he quite possibly has the most connections to a legacy tree any student has ever had. To Christopher's family, to his dad, Meade, class in 1982, mom, Janie, congratulations. You have raised a respectful, caring, and powerful young man. We are proud you are forever part of the Christchurch family. On behalf of the entire Christchurch community, it is my honor to award the 2026 Bishop's Award to Christopher Rhodes.
Good job. Congratulations. Absolutely. Thanks.
Oh my. Well, this is not what I had planned or prayed for. But I will say one of my favorite songs does say, "What if his blessings came through raindrops?" I think today we are truly blessed. We are very blessed with all those raindrops. I want to respect our seniors, but I'm going to speed this up as best I can. I know how we're feeling. It will be an unforgettable senior commencement for all of you, for sure. First and foremost, to our seniors, thank you. This is my 4th time up here, my senior year, your senior year. Watching all of you grow, become great leaders has created an atmosphere that is exciting, committed, fun, caring, and kind. You've created and molded our Christchurch community, and our community continues to feel stronger year after year. For those that came here 4 years ago, it's been a long transformational journey. Congratulations. And to all our seniors, you should be proud of your soon-to-be alma mater. Moms, dads, family, friends, thank you as well for your belief in Christchurch School and this partnership that we have formed in guiding these seniors, your children, to this commencement day. You have entrusted us with your most precious gift, and together we have watched them grow into impressive young men and women. Class of 2026, I personally thank you for your guidance, thoughtfulness, and support. Many of you have met with me to help navigate our road together. It's hard to imagine next year without you. The smiles, the high fives, the knuckle knocks, the conversations, and not just for me, but for this entire community, we will miss you dearly. 66 seniors, our largest senior class perhaps ever. This was a historic year. We have had a lot of fun, a lot of celebrations, cheering together at our games, watched incredible performances on our stage, welcoming an impressive group of young women from St. Margaret's School. We've heard emotional and inspirational senior speeches. We've traveled all over the state and all over the world. We've loaded fan vans to playoff games. We've had championship games and converged on Washington, D.C. for our immersion trip, telling Virginia and telling the world what Christchurch is all about. Amongst you, we have talented artists, all-state athletes, yearbook producers, state champions, and we even hosted a national sailing championship. We've also had challenging times, yet through it all, you persevered and created this beautiful, supportive community, led by your senior leadership. It has been an incredible ride. Throughout the school year, we've highlighted our core values of character, curiosity, and community. I feel you all, the senior class, the class of 2026, set the tone and exemplified those values. You've learned so much here at Christchurch. You've accomplished more than you may ever have thought possible. You've conquered fears, made new friendships, and found new passions. Your strength together and your kindness for each other has set you apart. In your senior speeches, many times talking about taking a risk, the fear of coming to a new school, your love for your family, or just trying something new, you all have shown the confidence to tackle and climb any mountain. Your experiences here from that river give you the strength, the faith, and the unwavering belief to know you cannot fail. You are unstoppable. As you walk away, graduates of Christchurch School, you do so with confidence and power, knowing that no Shenandoah mountain is too high and no river is too wide. You have incredible support from this entire Seahorse Nation, your classmates, your teachers, your coaches, and most importantly, your parents and your family. You are supported and loved. And now, you now join over or nearly 3,000 Christchurch alumni. Just moments away from having your diploma and ringing that bell, take in this moment. Be proud. Be very proud. Because we are all proud of you. For those graduates sitting here today, here's what your teachers, your advisors, your coaches, and hall parents had to say about you. Mare, a 4-year senior, steadfast, unmovable, and kind-hearted. Eli, impactful, has poise and confidence without the fear of failure. Millicent, a 4-year senior, kind, dedicated, team player, always says hi with a smile. Davis Bug, 4-year senior. He can conquer anything that life brings, strong, always game for a good laugh, intentional conversation, or a Guatemalan Coca-Cola in a bag. Finley, 4-year senior. In the goal, batter's box, in the pool, in the classroom, Finley has a desire to participate and lead, 2 qualities that will undoubtedly lead to opportunities and success. Jacob Carey, 4-year senior. Relaxed under pressure and ready for all of life. Caleb Cripps, Canadian lacrosse superstar, always ready, may have stolen the basketball several times from an unexpected head of school. Dallas Davis loves baseball, his truck, his mom, and his hometown. He is the kind of person who will find the best in everyone around him. Alvaro, moose, tough, willing to sacrifice for his team, full of life and adventurous. Sam, the best Christchurch win on Severin, a tenacious sailor and kid. Leone, hardworking, passionate, funny. Caleb Dimmel, a humble, moral, good-humored young man, always looking to improve himself, fair to everyone, and always respectful. Thomas Emery, 4-year senior, widely known among coaches as the best teammate anyone could ever have. His loyalty, work ethic, talent, and spirit have remained among the highest level at each of his teams he has served. Teresa Espiritu, founding member of our softball team, but became so much more. Honest and cares about the well-being of everyone. A Christchurch kid who told her parents she had to be here from her very first visit. Trey Fitchett brings energy and enthusiasm even on the most difficult days. Values everyone he meets and sees the value in them. Proud dad coach. I love you, son. Will Flagg, 4-year senior. Call me Bill. Plays in a helmet. They were made for guys like him. When you need someone to stand for you, go see Will. Incredibly fast and strong, at the same time kind. Lexi, a smile from ear to ear and a heart for those she loves. Talents far beyond the basketball court. Garrett Fritzlin, 4-year senior. Unique sense of humor and guitar shredder. You came to Christchurch with an appendix, and you're leaving without one. But in that loss, you gained a wonderful perspective on life. Never lose that joy of new things. Odine, 4-year senior, ROG, one of the sincerest souls God has ever made. Herman Gill, 4-year senior, has demonstrated genuine concern for each student and adult on our campus since the first day he came in as a freshman. The school president, the leader that serves well, caring, team-oriented, and reliable. Elizabeth Gobush, 4-year senior. When she talks and smiles, she lights up a room. A quiet observer, helpful, and does lots of little things that make a difference. A great big sister. Marcos, the gentle giant and thoughtful friend, kind, caring, and respectful. Lily, this Lily is an amazing person with a great smile. Ethan Hardy, the loudest in the room and the biggest heart of all. A seahorse forever. Trevor Haney, 4-year senior. He serves without needing to be recognized, kind, and cares deeply about those around him. Harrison Hinton, 4-year senior. Harrison has found a love for sustainability and hunting fish here at Christchurch. With all his smarts, work ethic, and desire to connect to the natural world, there is no doubt that we will all be thanking him for the positive impact he will make on this planet. Mary Claire, MC, has a beautiful smile and fills everyone with joy, and has the energy to match. Always pushing to be the best, always bringing it big. That kind of presence, it's unforgettable. Anson, 4-year senior, kind, generous, incredible dance moves, and makes an amazing pot of tea. Macon Kisman, 4-year senior. She is the party planner of the advisory. She brings joy, encouragement, and style every day. She's a diva in the best possible way. You stand for what you believe and stand up for those you care about. Mia Lee, she is funny, bright, and respectful and respected by her friends. She's never afraid to try something new. Her senior speech expressed deep emotion and care for her brother. Elliot Lip, 4-year senior, talented and ready to learn about new things. Gracie Lou, you embrace the discomfort in new things as an opportunity for growth, and we are so glad you got the chance to embrace Christchurch this year, leaving your signature sparkle everywhere you go. Kong, already a famous artist, the world he sees is unique, respectful, hardworking, kind. Bajé, and I'm the only one who says that right. Bajé, in just 1 year, she has made a lasting impact, always standing up for others, supportive, team-oriented, hardworking. Leanne Matthews, 4-year senior, cares more about others than herself. She's selfless, the kindest student and advisee. She will be patient and caring nurse that will help heal just by her presence. Ludo, respectful, supportive, hardworking. Jackson McGrady, 4-year senior, loves 90s hip hop. Let him have the Bluetooth, the biggest helper and fun student to swap music recommendations with. Liam McKendrick, leader on the field and our OG admissions candy guy, the source of all the subsequent Ontario guys. Via, you've been the kindest student every teacher and athletic trainer hopes for. You are reliable, trustworthy, always willing to lead. Always willing to learn, no matter the task. You approached it with positive attitude and a strong sense of responsibility. Davis Miller, a music star rising before our eyes, cares deeply for others. Christian Mangello, tidy and orderly, but a fun friend to have, fair and kind, and a beast on the field. Kara Moss, 4-year senior, future CEO, driven and ready to tackle life. Bennett Moss, 4-year senior. His door is always open for a friend, loyal, quiet, gentle leader who has truly become an amazing young man. Alessandro, funny, passionate, caring. Nat, thoughtful, a great person to talk to, wise, caring, and respectful. Ta, you are kind and funny. You have a head for numbers, a love for business, and someday we will see you on CNBC telling the story of your first business. Brody Nitre, trickster, will prank you and look at you like he didn't do it. The best window washer, driveway scraper in all Ontario. Is always kind and keeps the peace. Caden O'Brien James is resilient and forward-thinking. A light in this world, truly tries to love everyone. Kiara Pierce, talented. She stands up for others, kind. She is a friend to everyone, bringing energy, kindness, and a little color wherever she goes. Ben Pisano, fun personified, at the same time respectful and powerful on the field. Z, strong, quiet at times, but ready and always there for her friends. Christopher Rhodes, 4-year senior. The Willys Jeep has come a long way, but he might never finish making her better and better, just like he does everyone he touches. Sienna Rowe is a firecracker, pure energy and drive. She is the kind of person who doesn't just set goals, she attacks them. Camila, Mi Shapina, constant source of laughter and an even crazier goalie, kind, supportive, team-oriented. Salam. Salam is determined, stubborn, appreciative, and proud. She came to us in a little grief over the loss of St. Margaret's, but never missed a beat and stepped readily into our community as a positive and active participant. Keep shining, keep believing in yourself, never stop sharing your gift with the world. Maya, a mission's #1 visitor for a cup of coffee and a chat. Ava Sherrod, 4-year senior, is extremely reliable and steady, strong, confident, friendly, talkative, and fun. Loves her 7-Eleven Diet Coke and chocolate, great manager. Addie Smith, 4-year senior, an upstanding young woman dedicated to learning and being the best. Loves Sophie. She takes care of all her needs. Addie is down to earth, dependable, and determined. Sarcasm is her gift, but it's given with love and well-timed. Barbara Smith, 4-year senior, loves nature and being prepared. She reads like most of us breathe. Her intelligence rivals her grace and her curiosity. Let's all hope she is willing to come back and teach here someday. Avery Thomas, 3-year. Strong, determined, amazing competitor, tremendous athlete who historically christened the opening of Christchurch softball by taking the first pitch ever seen and hitting it to the fence for a stand-up double. Rowan Toner is always grateful and puts others first. Leader, easy to talk to and understanding. He sees you, makes you laugh, and always willing to help with an I got you. Darius is curious and kind, quiet, will build the next great building. Harry is that student that makes you smile when they walk into your office because he's so positive and ready to take anything on. He was proud to be part of the swim team. He was once terrified of the water. Harry's dedicated to his studies at Christchurch and a reflection of his appreciation of his mother's sacrifice. Manu, hardworking, team-oriented, funny, a true leader. And Lillian Williams, 4-year senior, talented, intelligent, not enough adjectives to say about her. Does she ever say no to an admissions obligation? A real go-getter and our valedictorian. 66 of you, hopefully I got you all. So, our graduating class of 2026, may you always carry with you the joy and hope you have in your hearts today. Romans chapter 15, verse 13 states, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit." Powerful. But always remember to be thankful. Thank those that have helped you to get to this point. Thank your parents, your teachers, your mentors, your friends, and take time to reflect on yourself, your own accomplishments, and recognize that you did it. You made it. As you move on to become battling bishops and bears and big blue and big green, bison, blaze, boilermakers, Bruins, bulldogs, bulls, camels, cavaliers, colonials, comets, cougars, eagles, gators, griffins, horned frogs, hornets, knights, lions, Nittany lions, maroons, mocs, owls, panthers, pirates, rams, red devils, revolutionaries, red hawks, scorpions, seagulls, seahawks, tigers, titans, the tribe, warriors, yellow jackets, or whatever your new mascot may be, in your heart, you will always be a true blue and orange fighting seahorse. If you take one powerful message with you today, remember this. You didn't graduate Christchurch to become mediocre. Be extraordinary, be powerful, be kind. May God bless you all, and may God bless our graduating Christchurch seniors and their families. Congratulations.
Graduates, congratulations on all of your individual and collective achievements through your time at Christchurch. We are honored to celebrate you. And now, the moment you and many of us have all been waiting for, the conferring of diplomas. Mr. Coyle, Mr. Hanley, and Mr. Broadus, would you please join me in the awarding of diplomas to the graduates of the class of 2026. Graduates, as I call your name, please come forward to receive your diploma. Mare Barasek. Eli Belazor. Jacob Alexander Carey. Caleb William Cripps. Dallas Gordon Davis. Alvaro de Damas Rigojo. Leone Del Buono. Calvin Trey Fitchett. Garrett Michael Fritzlin. Alexis Leanna Foster. O'Dane Emmanuel George Will. Daria Elizabeth Gobush.
Coming in waves.
Marcos Gonzalez Mayetsu. Ethan Andrew Metherell Hardy. Hwang Anshu. Macon Avery Kissman. Tong Min An Lee. Bajay Martinez Sanchez. Ludovico Massari. Jackson Connor McGrady. William David John McKendrick. Davis Jack Miller. Christian Joseph Mangillo. Bennett Francois Moss.
Yes, sir.
Kara Denise Moss. Alessandro Mungri. Brody Stevens Nitre. Caden Robert Brian O'Brien James. Benjamin Mark Pisano. Adriana Camila Ruiz Barreda. Ava Ray Sherrod. Adeline Charlotte Smith. Avery Lynn Thomas. Rowan James Tony.
Thank you.
Graduating with honors, Millicent Pepper Branflick. At this time, I'd like to call up the Vice President of our Christchurch School Foundation, Mr. Albert D. Bugg III, class of 1996, to present the next diploma in honor of his father, A. Davis Bugg Jr., class of 1967, presented to, graduating with honors, Albert Davis Bugg IV.
Oh my God.
Congratulations.
Graduating with honors, Finley Linwood Case. Graduating with honors, Samuel Theodore de los Reyes. Graduating with honors, Caleb Matthew Dimmel. Graduating with honors, Thomas Bolden Emery. Graduating with honors, Teresa Leanne Espiritu. Graduating with honors, Darius Tolson Ferguson. Graduating with honors, Ari Fitzgerald. Graduating with honors, William Chandler Flagg. Graduating with honors, Herman Singh Gill. Graduating with honors, Huong Lin Ha. Graduating with honors, Trevor Scott Haney. Graduating with honors, Harrison David Hinton.
Don't you worry.
Graduating with honors, Mary Claire Carlson Hodges. Graduating with honors, Elliot James Lip. Graduating with honors, Gracie Liu. Graduating with honors, Hong Kwong Long. Graduating with honors, Leanne Marie Matthews. Graduating with honors, Olivia Lee Metza. Graduating with honors, Min Ta Nguyen. Graduating with honors, Nguyen Min Na. Graduating with honors, Kira Riley Pierce. Graduating with honors, Zanita Judah Raphael. Graduating with honors, Christopher Meade Rhodes III. Graduating with honors, Sienna Hope Rowe. Graduating with honors, Salam Andele Sebsibe. Graduating with honors, Maya Rose Sekara. Graduating with honors, Barbara Caroline Smith. Graduating with honors, Phuc Nguyen Chong Tran. Graduating with honors, Manuel Andres Vietes Arguello. Graduating with honors, and this year's valedictorian, Lillian Grace Williams.
Good morning, everyone. I've been asked multiple times, how long is your speech? So I'm going to try and keep it short so we can get out of here. Students, faculty, staff, parents, and everyone else who has somehow managed to brave the unpredictable weather and face this grassy terrain. On a Saturday morning, thank you for being here to celebrate the Christchurch School Class of 2026. If there's one thing Christchurch has taught us, it's that growth usually happens slowly enough that you don't notice it until you're suddenly graduating. I wish I could come up here and give super meaningful advice that would encourage you, all of you, to go and change the world for the better, but I don't have that super secret knowledge yet, so let me know if you ever find it. I find it a little ironic that I'm standing up here representing this class because honestly, every single graduate sitting in front of me could stand at this podium and tell a story worth hearing. And if I'm being honest, I had to look up how to spell the word valedictorian whenever I texted my family members to let them know I was to be valedictorian. Looking around today, you were surrounded by incredible people. Scholars who somehow survived exam week while running off either iced coffee or way too many energy drinks. Artists who turned paint, clay, and occasionally giant Godzillas into something meaningful. Athletes who gave everything they had on the field, court, pitch, and even during assembly announcements about bringing on the juice. Leaders who somehow mastered the art of reminding underclassmen to clean their rooms without losing their sanity, and performers who sang, acted, and played instruments like they were born on a stage, while also rocking a fabulous afro wig or riding around Marson on a hobby horse. Christchurch students are all of those things, but more importantly, we are people who showed up for one another. Each of us came to this hilltop with our own story, our own background, our own fears about who we would become here. Starting here, it's as if we were on the bank of the river, scared to jump in and worried that we might not fit in, or that we would fail dramatically. Except Garrett, who on the freshman immersion trip literally leaped headfirst into the Rappahannock River. But other than Garrett, the intimidating crashing waves of community engagement or where to sit at lunch terrified us. However, eventually, we would have to take those first steps and test the waters. We slowly waded out deeper and deeper into the river, and over the last 4 years, whether you've been here all 4 of them or not, we've changed in ways we probably didn't even notice at first. People have come and gone, we've won championships, and lost games we swore we should have won. We've procrastinated papers until the absolute last minute, aced tests we thought we would fail, and definitely shed a few tears over homework. At least I know I have. Some of us even felt as if we were drowning in a sea of work, drama, and maybe even pressure. And somehow all of those moments, the big ones and the small ones, led us here today, standing on this hilltop, looking out over the river one last time as students of Christchurch School. The thing about the river is that it never stops moving. Every single day, whether we noticed it or not, it kept flowing forward. It kept changing. And in a lot of ways, so did we, sometimes without realizing just how much we were changing. This place has shaped us in moments we didn't think would matter at the time. After taking the brave steps into the river, we waded into new experiences, like taking risks such as trying out for the varsity basketball team or auditioning for the lead in the winter production. We became acclimated to those around us and truly started to call this place home. And now, as we sit here waiting to ring the bell one last time, we are on the verge of pushing off into the middle of the river, the current deciding where we should go next. It may seem as if we have no control where we will end up one day, and that we will always find ourselves paddling against the current. But if I've learned anything from Christchurch, I know that there are 2 pieces of advice I feel everyone should know. 1, it's okay to be afraid. Just know that you're not alone. And 2, never try to argue with Mr. Piles. That never ends well. As we all push off into the current, we will take the valuable memories with us. The cookouts down by the waterfront, the sound of the bell late at night after an away game win, waking up half the campus, and maybe even breaking the bell in the process. The meaningful assemblies where we celebrated each other's accomplishments, and the less meaningful ones where we tried to guess baby faculty pictures with concerning levels of confidence. The shared panic of realizing you might miss breakfast sign and immediately thinking, that's it. This is how I get detention. And being greeted by Mr. Miller's intimidating smile as you step into breakfast a minute late. These moments are a part of the Christchurch experience. And while not every moment was perfect, every one of them became part of who we were. What I think I'll remember most, though, won't be the trophies or the titles. It'll be the quieter moments. The people who stayed up late in dorm helping each other study even when they were exhausted themselves. Or that time Kong got out in senior assassin while doing his calculus homework. Teammates waiting for everyone to get back on the bus after a difficult loss. Teachers who believed in us before we fully believed in ourselves, even if it meant forcing us to sing in the winter production. That's what made this place special. Not just the accomplishments, but the people behind them. A community isn't just built by one person. It's built upon those helping one another, and I believe this group of students emulated that perfectly. And to be fair, we've had plenty of accomplishments too. As a class, we witnessed and screamed ourselves hoarse at 3 soccer state championships and even won 2 of them. We traveled over oceans on global education trips, dominated the water as a sailing team, rebuilt facilities that are going to outlast us here on campus, raised money for countless foundations, gave meaningful senior speeches in front of the entire school, and accomplished far more than I could possibly fit into one speech without risking all of us missing lunch. I am proud of everything we've achieved, but I am even more proud of the people we became achieving it. So while I may be the one standing at this podium today, this class has never been defined by one voice. It's been defined by all of them. Every artist, athlete, performer, leader, scholar, and friend sitting here today on this hilltop one last time. Journeying out into the middle of the river can be scary and an intimidating thought, but just know that you are never alone. The current might be bumpy and rough along the way, but there is always someone behind you pushing you in the right direction. And failures, the laughter, the late nights, the growth, and when life starts moving faster than we expect, I hope we remember this moment. A group of students standing together on a hilltop overlooking the river, ready to find out where the current takes us next. The river will keep moving after today, just like we will, but for a little while, all of our lives met here on this hilltop. We all cross paths on this river, and I think that's something none of us will forget. Thank you.
Good grief. I'm going to do one quick announcement. One quick announcement before we sing, and I know people are shivering and we're cold, and this will be one unforgettable commencement for sure. But wanted to make an announcement. Our senior parents got together. The seniors were inspired about a senior gift this year to the school, and through their thoughts and their inspirations, and ironically, it was some furniture with umbrellas that are going to be added to our dining hall patio furniture. So through their generosity and through your generosity, we have 5 new tables and lighted umbrellas. So thank you to the senior class for that gift to the school. Cantorium, you are invited up to sing the next song.